Hello everybody, this is Nintendo Craft Studios here, aka NCS07, or NCS07, whatever. And today I'm going to be doing a video that's a little different from what I usually do, as usually I do like DLC mods, animations, gameplay videos, and whatnot, but this video is going to be a bit of an interesting one, as I don't usually do these type of videos, but I kinda need to make this video. My problems with the Splatoon community. Over time, I've been starting to notice that this community has been starting to get a lot more toxic the more I see it. And I'll be honest, nobody's really doing anything about it, nobody's really saying anything about it, so I thought I would explain it right here, why I think the Splatoon community is really starting to shape up to be the worst. Now I'm going to break this off into various sections, and there's only 4 sections, excluding the final verdict. But anyways, let's get going. So first off, I'm going to be talking about Gmod/SFM Splatoon animators. Now, there are a lot of them, so I'm gonna just use a few for reference. But yeah, I have some problems with them. Now, I don't honestly think their videos are the worst. Seriously, they have some great videos. There are some great production qualities in those videos. They are great. But that doesn't mean they're perfect. They are far from perfect. And there's only really 2 things that are bugging me about a lot of them. I think the first one, and this can go for pretty much a lot of them, is how active they are, or lack of interest. There's a lot of Splatoon Gmod/SFM animators, I'm just gonna call them Splatoon animators from this point onward, who don't do a lot of stuff online. They don't make a lot of videos, they don't really say anything online, and it's just making me wonder a lot of stuff. But lots of them just don't drop anything. Now, I'm going to be using Pool157 for this example. Now, do not think I hate on Pool. He's totally cool, but you gotta fix this. He has 3 parts of Voxel Innocent 2 out right now, with part 4 happening sometime. Well, it's been over a year since part 3 came out. When is part 4 going to be out? And literally, we haven't gotten any news on it other than the fact of one post last year from Pool saying that it was still a thing. Yeah, right. So, I don't know what the deal is, but this is one of my biggest problems with animators. How little information they give us, and it just doesn't make sense in my eyes. Like, when I make my animations, I usually try to let people know about it. I either premiere it, I let people know about it so that way people are aware, hey, I'm still active and I'm still doing animations. But there are some people who just stay so quiet about this stuff that it's honestly annoying. Like, I understand keeping stuff a surprise. Honestly, some of their videos are superb. But the problem is just the fact that you don't say anything about it. We don't know anything about it. And to be honest, that just it's not a good thing to have. I know you can't reveal everything about your animation. But I don't know, why not just say something? And it just makes me extremely impatient because I want to know more about these animations. Now you might say, but animations take time, NCS07. And to that, yeah, animation takes a lot of time, and you should be patient. I know that myself. I animate, albeit poorly, but I understand that a lot of time goes into these things. They really are special, but is that an excuse for not saying any info at all? Seriously, is it that hard to just make a post on YouTube explaining why you're not doing anything? Well, just a few days ago, Violet Inkling, who is a Splatoon Gmod animator, actually made a post explaining about why he hasn't been doing many videos lately. And I applaud him. That right there is what every single one of the Splatoon animators that hasn't been active for multiple months should be doing. Seriously, it's not hard. Like, maybe you don't want to make a video or something like that, but it's like, why not just make a post or something like that? Or you don't have to make an animation for every video you post. You can post a video that just has text explaining what's going on, why you're not uploading. Even if you don't want to do Splatoon animating anymore, as I'm pretty sure that some of them are starting to lose their motivation, say it. It's better to say something than just leaving everyone unsure. Like you, Paul. You haven't said anything for a long time. You haven't even given us one thing about Part 4. At least with Part 3, you gave us 2 previews and you gave us some progress reports regarding the project. That is admirable because you actually were trying to give us information. But nope, not anymore. And also, I don't think Part 4 is ever going to come out. The truth being spoken, I don't think Part 4 will be coming out at all. Or at the very least, not the way it was supposed to be, given how long it's been. I don't know if it's in development hell or what, but it needs to stop. We need to learn about this stuff. And this goes for other Splatoon animators as well. Please, if you're not giving us a lot of information regarding your videos, please, just give us some information. That's all you have to do. You don't have to give us a preview. You don't have to give us a snapshot from the video. Just give us some text and give us at least some hope. That's all you need to do. It's not hard at all. But that's only the first problem. Then we come to the second problem. And this kind of persists with some of the more recent Splatoon animators. Now, this isn't a big complaint, but it's starting to become blatantly obvious. I'm going to use Alex Spider. Now, if you don't know, Alex Spider is one of the very few first Splatoon animators to, well, make animations in Gary's mod. And they're actually quite good. But the problem is, he's never really evolved his character as much. This is something I've seen with other people, like Shining Nova at one point was Rex Legend, if you guys remember him making Gmod videos, and now he makes SFM animations that look absolutely sick. The Smash Brothers one looked so good. Pool eventually started doing Gmod videos until eventually doing SFM animations, and I gotta be honest, they are some of the best Splatoon animations out there. To give him credit, they are some of the best things you'll ever see. But Alex Spider just kinda keeps doing the same thing. I don't know, like, they're not bad by any means. The videos are great, but there's just not a lot to them. They just feel like another Splatoon Gmod animation. Which is why I'm suggesting move to Source Filmmaker. I think it's going to be a lot better to see some evolution in your characters and overall animation. And personally speaking, I think Source Filmmaker is way better than Gmod. Because, I mean, Source Filmmaker is kind of supposed to be more for movies. But do whatever you want. I'm not forcing you. But I would love to see some evolution in your characters and animation. I just want to see something that would just look a lot nicer. I want some better animations coming out of new software. I want you to kind of try something new rather than just doing the same old. Well, that's all for that. Now let's move into a bit more of an interesting side of the Splatoon community. Now that we've finished up talking about the Splatoon Gmod/SFM animators, let's talk about the Splatoon Gmod/SFM poster creators. Now, again, there are a lot of them that do this. Actually, too many for me to even count, so I'm going to limit it to only a few select people. Alright, well, let's get started. So I think first off, I should probably address a situation that actually happened with me and one of the Splatoon poster creators. I'm not going to be naming names at all. I'm going to just kind of explain the drama here. I was initially going to put this in a story time, but I thought it'd be more relevant to put it in here. So this actually happened to me. Well, kind of happened to me. It probably happened to other people. So essentially, so in the early days of DeviantArt, I didn't have a lot of people who were looking at my artwork. I eventually stumbled across this one Splatoon creator that I thought her posters were amazing. They looked so good. They seriously looked amazing. And I commented on, I believe, one of the posters, and weirdly enough, she responded back to me. Now, keep in mind, I'm not used to people responding back to me in the comment section at that time. So this was crazy that she actually responded. And this started a great friendship between the two of us, as for many months, for most of 2018, at the very least from June 2018 to November 2018, we would make posters and such, and it was all going pretty well. I would always comment on her posters, and she would even comment on some of my posters, and I would even make some posters for her. But here's where things start to get bad. In November 2018, she eventually stopped talking to me as much as she used to. Now, I kind of was a bit weirded out by this. I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe I was making too many posters, so I kind of slowed myself down. But I didn't think a lot of it. It got bad once her birthday came up, though, because I wanted to make one of the best birthday gifts ever, because seriously, she taught me so much. She honestly made me a better Splatoon creator. And I wanted to give her not only a birthday gift and a Christmas gift, but also a thank you gift for just how much you've done, because she seriously helped me make my content much better on DeviantArt. So I want to make one of the best posters possible. I looked into a lot of stuff, a lot of series that she liked, and I basically combined it all into one of my favorite posters of all time. So even to this day, I think it's still one of the best. I sent it to her on her birthday, and her response was meh worthy. Essentially, she just said, "Thank you so much, I love it." Which doesn't seem that bad, right? I mean, given the fact that sounds pretty good, right? Well, it wasn't really what I was looking for, because she didn't even say anything about the description, where in the description I basically mentioned why I was making this poster, because of how much she helped me, and I wanted to thank her for it. She didn't even mention the fact of the description. In fact, she didn't even comment on the poster itself. She just replied to my comment I put on her profile. She did favorite it, so I kind of took it as that. But I eventually started looking around at other birthday posters that were sent to her, and I stumbled across one of them, and I looked at the description. It was kind of similar to mine, although it was a little bit more drawn out about why he liked the Splatoon creator so much, and her response, the Splatoon creator that I've been talking to a while back, she gave one of the most, she basically spilled her heart to this dude, no bullcrap. Her response basically felt like a kick to the balls to me. I put so much time into my Splatoon poster, and she gave me such a mediocre response. It wasn't really much of a response at all. It was pretty much the bare essential. She didn't even say anything about the description and how much. She didn't even mention any of that stuff. But for him, she just spilled her heart to this dude about how he made him so happy and such. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I was pissed. I was pissed. I was mad, because this friendship was already starting to get a bit off the rails once she stopped talking to me as much as before. But this, man, that just felt messed up. I was mad. However, I held on because, to be fair, I'm a bit of a teddy bear, and I decided to hold on a little longer just for her, because I wanted to see if maybe I could get a relationship back. Not like one of those relationships, a friendship. Maybe she took it the wrong way. Maybe she thought I was trying to hit on her or something like that, when in reality, I just wanted a friendship, because, seriously, I never had any friends on DeviantArt. Seriously, I'm not even successful on DeviantArt. And no, I'm not going to tell you to go follow me on there, because most of you guys aren't going to do that in the first place. Or you've already done that. But seriously, when it came to DeviantArt and online in general, I didn't have a lot of friends that I legitimately talked to a lot. This content creator, she gave me a reason why I wanted to do DeviantArt. She made me feel like I had a purpose, because without her, I would have just felt like I was getting nowhere with myself. I felt like even when I was getting better, I don't feel like enough people just cared at all. So at least I had that, but now I don't have that, and now it's just gone. I held on a little longer. She eventually started up a Twitter, and yeah, I eventually dropped some criticism on her stuff, and we're gonna get to this later on in the video. But I dropped some criticism on one of her posters. Now, I wasn't trying to be super harsh about it. I was trying to make the comment sound as nice as possible, but trying to give her some advice to make her posters better. She now, from at least from what I can tell, she did not do that. She basically went back to making the same posters with the same characters over and over and over again. And pretty soon my birthday started coming up in late June. Actually, my birthday happened one day before Super Mario Maker 2 came out. Almost perfect timing, if I do say so myself. But I was waiting for a happy birthday because I wanted our friendship to finally come back. And we were starting to talk a little bit again afterwards. I didn't need a birthday poster. I just wanted her to acknowledge that it was my birthday. So that way I can maybe have a little bit of hope that maybe she does like me, because I feel like she stopped caring as much as before, because before she used to, like, it felt like we were legitimate friends, but now it kind of felt like she kind of looked down at me a lot more, and I didn't like that. So I thought if she would at the very least just send me a happy birthday message to me on Twitter or whatever, that would have made a huge difference. That didn't happen, and that's when I pulled the plug. I put my heart into her birthday poster, and I did so much. And the fact that she gave me one of the lamest responses ever, but didn't even acknowledge that my birthday existed, I was done. And that's when I full on left. I added her as a friend on Nintendo Switch until I eventually deleted her in early 2019, and then finally dropped all contact around early July of 2019. Yeah, so that's the story there, and geez, 8 minutes, oh god. And we're not even done with the video yet. But seriously, thanks a lot, man. We had such a good friendship going on. You were simply the reason why I was wanting to do DeviantArt. You made me feel like I had a place in this world. You made me feel like I had a reason to exist on DeviantArt. But now that you're gone, I don't have that anymore. And now I feel like I'm doing it for my very small crowd. But that's pretty much all I got to say for that for now. I'll save the criticism for a little later in the video. But now, let's get to a different topic, and let's get away from the Splatoon animators, and let's get into the Splat tubers. Now we're going to be taking a look at the Splat tubers. Splat tubers are basically people who make Splatoon 2 videos, but they don't really do animations. Well, they don't really do any of the stuff I said beforehand. So I'm going to be taking a look at 5 Splat tubers, as there's millions of them. But I'll take a look at 5. The first one I'll take a look at is Skull Shirtsugu TCG. We'll just call him Skull. He basically makes Splatoon 2 videos, essentially called funny moment videos, which essentially involve either him and some of his friends, like Sagasi and GG and such, playing Splatoon 2 in weird ways. Sometimes they play hide and seek, sometimes they play in weird control ways, sometimes they play in odd ways, and that's pretty much all you need to know. Now, this doesn't seem too bad, right? Yeah, it doesn't sound that bad at all. It makes sense. But here's my problems. The first thing right off the bat is the filler. And this is my biggest problem I have. There is so much filler. It's ridiculous. I was watching this video right here. Literally the first 3 minutes are nothing but filler. Really? Really? And seriously, I watched that video for research. I couldn't make it past the 3-minute mark. It was so dull that I just couldn't. It's sad, honestly. And I thought Super Mario Logan was the king of filler, but apparently I was wrong, at least in some ways. Though maybe not. But seriously, the filler is one of the biggest problems I have. There is just too much filler. Like, I don't get it. I don't know if you're doing this just so that way you can get more money or something like that. I don't know why. I don't know if this is like the funny moments part of the video or something like that. Which brings me into the second problem. The fact is, I don't find this filler funny. This is just boring. I don't know if this Indiana Jones thing was supposed to be funny or not, but it didn't come off as funny to me. It came off as just filler. So, yeah. And also, just a pro tip to everyone out there, if you try hard to be funny, you're not doing it right. If you want to be funny, it has to be natural. Do not try hard to be funny, because it really shows. Everyone will be able to tell that you're trying hard and nobody will laugh. So please, be natural and come up with better jokes. Now, it's just like, I just don't find it that appealing. Also, please don't appeal to 10-year-olds, please. That's another thing I gotta say. Putting these victory rails, such things like Fortnite stuff, please don't appeal to 10-year-olds, because that's definitely not a good fan base to have. I've seen examples. But then we come to the final problem I have with Skull. The editing. Or really the lack of editing. It's very subpar. Okay, here's some of the edits I've noticed. Essentially, zooming in on the screen. That's something that's pretty easy to do, and it really isn't hard to do that at all. Adding sound effects, like a sploosh sound effect when someone dies. That's not hard at all. Adding music in the background of your videos. That's not hard at all. That's one of the easiest things you can do. Seriously, the editing is just so subpar. It's like, the fact that you have 270,000 subscribers, that's just sad. Like, seriously, you have so many subscribers, but your editing is so subpar? Come on, please step it up. So overall, I don't think his channel is that bad. His videos aren't really that bad. In the grand scheme, it's not that bad, but these problems really do. These problems just do speak to me. So I'm gonna give this out of 5 out of 8. I'm gonna give this channel a 4 out of 8. I'm going straight down the middle with this one. Next, we're gonna be taking a look at Octoboy, who also does Splatoon videos. He's basically very similar to Skull. He basically mainly does Splatoon videos. He plays with friends and whatnot, and he plays them in interesting ways and such. But here's the difference between Octoboy and Skull. Octoboy is funny. That's the one thing I can say right now. It's actually pretty funny. And I think part of this has to do with the editing. The editing is so good. He has essentially, at least in this new video he posted, this one right here, he has a lot of, pretty much most of the footage has like drawings of the characters, like of the Inklings, kind of like moving about, kind of like a story time. So think of it as kind of like a Splatoon 2 video, kind of crossing over with The Odd Ones Out or something like that. And to be honest, I like it. I really like it. They're not crudely done either. They look really good. They look like someone actually cared. This is one of the biggest things I can say with editing, but here's one of the other big things. There isn't filler. There isn't filler. It's honestly amazing. He doesn't try to put a lot of filler in his videos, and honestly speaking, this is great. His videos are so good because he actually tries to try not to put filler in them, and he actually tries to make his editing quite good. And the fact that he has less subscribers than you, Skull, that's embarrassing. So honestly speaking, Octoboy, good work, man. I applaud you forever. Your videos are great, and out of 8, I'm gonna just go with 7.5 out of 8. Pretty good, really good. Just keep it up. Keep up the good work. Soon enough, you'll be able to become the king of the Splat-tubers. Hopefully. Now we're going to get into our third Splat-tuber, GG Gabriel Gaming, who I mentioned before. Now, honestly, there isn't a lot for me to say. He basically does Splatoon videos, kind of like the other although occasionally does Splatoon short videos. These are essentially meme compilations of Splatoon memes. Here's my problem. They are cringy beyond belief. To be fair, I think the editing is pretty good, and they don't have a lot of filler in them. But man, these memes are cringy. And that's really all I have to say for you, GG. Just please, don't make the videos so cringy, and at the very least, make the memes not so cringy. And I think we could definitely see a good Splat tuber on our hands. I'm just gonna go with a 6 out of 8. Pretty good, although I do have problems that I wish were fixed. Next, we're going to be taking a look at Viontastic, who mainly does Splatoon videos. He's known for basically creating the character Bridget, essentially an Octoling who essentially is kind of like a little kid, essentially. But honestly speaking, his videos, again, are pretty good, even though this is the first time I talk about it. His videos are very good. I like them a lot. Okay, maybe not that much. They're not as good as Octoboy's in my opinion, but they are great regardless. The editing is actually pretty good. I like the editings for like the speech bubbles and such, the character icons. It's so charming to look at. And it's like, okay, I think there is a little bit of a filler issue with some of your videos. Some of your videos do have a bit of filler in them, but it's nothing like Skull, where he just has 3 minutes. So, all in all, Vian, please, thank you God that you're so good at this stuff. Seriously, just keep up the good work. Just maybe try not to have so much filler in your videos. Again, it's not the worst thing in the world, but please, I just want to see a little bit of improvement. But other than that, just keep up the good work, man. I'm just going to go with the 7 on this one. Pretty good. Now here's where things kind of start to go down. This YouTuber, or Splattuber, is Snorth93. Now this one does not have as many subs. I believe he has around like 27,000 subscribers at the time of making this video. Here's my problems with this channel. The videos are just not good. So I guess I may as well start off with the first thing. He basically does Splatoon 2 videos. In fact, that's pretty much the only thing he does. He basically just does news videos on Splatoon 2, essentially on any updates or anything like that, and that sounds fine, right? Yeah, but the problem is, they are super long. Seriously, I don't know how GameXplain makes update videos on like games, whether it's like Pokemon Sword and Shield, Luigi's Mansion 3, Mario Maker 2, or literally any game. GameXplain can make an update video that's only around like maybe 1 to 2 minutes long. They are very brief. Not even much work, not much of your time. But with Snorth, he basically makes 12-minute videos regarding a new patch update. I don't know, man. That's just why. I mean, really? Do you really need to make it that long? Wouldn't 5 minutes be enough? It'd be enough for me. Another thing is the voice. Now, I'm not going to criticize your voice that hard. You can't change your voice. And even then, my voice sucks too. But I don't want your voice sounding so monotone. Your voice sounds extremely monotone, almost as if it's a robot talking. That's not a good thing. Especially given that there's not a lot of editing in these videos at all. The most editing I can even see is editing pictures and such into the video, which that isn't hard. You can do that in iMovie. Seriously, please. I think this channel is pretty good. It could have so much potential, but God, it is just not up my alley. The videos are too long. The voice is very monotone. The video's editing is very subpar, or really, there's just a lack of editing in the first place. And the fact that they're so long and pretty boring. There's not a lot to these videos, at least from what I watched. They're very dull. I'm gonna have to go with the 3 on this one. 3 out of 8 for this channel. So those are some of the Splat tubers, and to be fair, some of them aren't too bad. Some of them I have moderate problems with, but are honestly pretty good. And then there's some of them that have some big issues that really ruin my experience. Now, again, do not take this as hate, and really this should go for all the others as well. This animators and the poster creators, I'm not trying to spread hate on them. I'm just trying to explain why I don't like the content and how I think it can be improved. Because I want to see all of you become the best of yourselves. That's all I want. That's the whole point I'm making this video. But anyways, let's move on to the next section, which isn't really regarding anything, but I guess I may as well put it here. Going back to Viontastic, he made a video a while back discussing the Splatoon community and what would eventually happen to it after the final Splatfest of Splatoon 2. Now, this video is kind of old. I will put this video in as an end card at the end of the video if you guys want to check it out. So just go to the end of the video where the end cards are, and the video will be up there if you guys want to check it out. But I'll briefly summarize what he said. Essentially, once the final Splatfest is over, lots of people are going to leave Splatoon because after the final Splatfest, there aren't going to be very notable updates for Splatoon 2, at least that we don't know of. And due to this, people might stop having interest in the game, and are probably going to stop watching a lot of the creators as well. And now the creators are also going to have a harder time coming up with video ideas because there's no new updates, there's no new weapons, no new maps, nothing new. Now, personally speaking, yes, I do agree with this. I do agree there are going to be people that are going to be leaving, but based on my perspective, that's kind of going to be a minority. Like, that's kind of the minority in my eyes. Like, I think the casual players are going to leave. But, like, if you really like Splatoon, I think the majority of those people are going to stick around and watch the videos regardless. So, in theory, like, honestly speaking, I don't think a lot of them are going to leave. And for creators, yeah, it's not going to be exactly as easy as before. You're not going to really have a lot of new weapons to work off with. And for, like, update channels like North, they're not going to have as much to do, like, in terms of updates. However, I do believe there is workarounds. There are workarounds. You could try to just come up with some interesting stuff that doesn't involve Splatoon. You could try something else. Now, some of them have done this, but some of them who only do Splatoon videos, try something a little different. Try doing something similar for that of like another game or something like that. That's really not a lot to say. This section is going to be particularly short because I just wanted to throw this in the video just to kind of have my take on it. Honestly, I do agree, but I don't feel like it's going to be the biggest thing. And yes, I do agree with you on the fact that we will definitely be getting brand new people once Splatoon 3 comes out, even though it's not in production right now. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for that. Now, it's finally time to get into the last part of the video. Finally, after a long time, we're finally at the last part of the video. The conclusion / the final verdict. Now, this is basically going to be a section where I'm basically going to summarize, or basically wrap up everything I've said beforehand. But before that, I'm going to talk directly to these people. For most of this video, I've basically been talking to you guys, my audience. But now, please be patient, as now I'm going to be talking directly to the creators themselves. This is when I'm going to finally explain what they need to do to fix their stuff. I'm going to start off with the Splatoon Gmod/SFM animators. Regarding the problem I had with, not giving out info at all or just staying extremely inactive, simply put, just say something. I think if you haven't posted anything on your channel or anything like that for a long time, go back to your channel. I'm pretty sure your fans will be happy to finally see that you're finally alive again. They will be happy to hear back, finally knowing that you're still alive and not dead. Give them give them a report. That's all you really need to do. Give them a report on what's been going on. Don't leave them in the dark. Please, give them what they need. Pool157, Shining Nova, and other people, just let people know. Like, come back and say, hey guys, I'm back, and here's why I haven't been doing videos for a while. And if you're not going to do videos for a while, then just say it. Just say that you're not going to be doing Splatoon animations anymore, and that would be fine, because you actually said it, instead of just leaving us out in the cold, having to figure out the answer for ourselves and speculate. And regarding the evolution part, just evolve yourself. I want to see more Splatoon animations getting better and better. I want to see animators get better and better with their stuff. I want to see evolution with their stuff. I don't want to just see more Gmod videos. I want to see some form of evolution to make it feel like you're actually getting better rather than just doing the same thing over and over. Now on to the Splatoon SFM poster creators. Now, and this is where the criticism is coming back. I made a criticism on the Splatoon creators posters. Again, I'm not naming her, but I made a comment on one of her posters saying that I wanted to see some more variety in her posters. I wanted to see more characters because, for the most part, she would pretty much use the same characters over and over and over again. So basically think of something like the Jeffy videos. How many Jeffy videos there are, or junior videos there are, compared to other videos. That's pretty much the main problem with her. I want to see more variety because, honestly speaking, the posters might be really good looking, but they just feel like another poster. It feels like something that's not even hard to do. It feels like you're literally using the same poster over and over, just changing a few things up with whether it's the background or something else. Please, use more characters. Please, because using the same characters all the time is like having the same meal all the time. Yes, it is good or even great the first couple times, but after a while it just gets stale and it just gets old. And you don't want it anymore. You want something a little new, something different, so that way you can just kind of express the best of yourself. So please, Splatoon SFM poster creators, please put variety in your posters. Nobody wants the same thing over and over. Make your posters more varied. I will tell you that right now, that will have a big positive impact. And it will really just, honestly, I'm pretty sure that it can make you grow more as well. Next up, Splat tubers. I'm going to just go through every single one individually. Skull, don't make your videos so boring. Don't put so much filler in them. Just forget the filler. Don't put so much filler in your videos. Make the editing good. Don't make it subpar. And lastly, don't try to be funny if you are. Octoboy, I don't have anything to say. Just keep up the good work, man. Gigi, just please don't make the memes so cringy. Honestly, I can't watch videos like that. It just kind of hurts my face because I feel like my face is gonna break from cringing so hard. So please, your videos are great. Just please, Gigi, just don't make the memes so cringy, and we could see another great Splat tuber on our heads. Vian, just fix the filler issue in some of your videos, but other than that, that's all I have to say. Great videos, man. Snorth, please, make your videos better. Don't make the videos so long, or if you're gonna make the videos long, at least have good editing, or make the videos entertaining. Don't just have it be Splatoon gameplay with your voice in the background. And while we're at it, add some personality to your voice. Again, I'm not going to criticize your voice too much because you can't change your voice, and I'm not saying your voice is crap. Your voice is very monotone, and kind of just doesn't feel like there's a lot of personality in there. Please, just make the videos more worthwhile. They're so long, just make them more engaging for the viewers. That's literally all there is. If the video is not engaging, if it's just gameplay with you talking in the background in the most monotone way possible, while very slowly going over a Splatoon update, it's not engaging for many people and it isn't fun. So please fix that issue. I want to see some improvements, and I want to see videos that are more entertaining. Now, this doesn't mean you can't be informative. It's fine if you want to be informative, but just make the videos a little bit more engaging for the viewers. You don't have to be funny. Try not to be funny, but just try to engage the viewer so that way they'll stick around. That's all you need to do. And I'm pretty sure you could grow to be a big Splat tuber someday. I'm sure of it. And that is pretty much it for the final verdict. And please, all of you content creators, please fix these problems. I don't want this community finally falling at some point. I want to see these creators get better. And again, I am not making this video out of hate. I'm making this out of love. I want to see these people legitimately get their videos better. The reason I'm being so harsh is because I want to see their videos get better. So please, take it that way. And am I going to be leaving the Splatoon community because of how much crap I've talked about it? I mean, I pretty much explained why I think the Splatoon community is extremely toxic. It's not a good community in the slightest. And there's a bunch of other things I've missed out on as well. But that's not for today. But all in all, I'm not leaving this community. This might be toxic, but I can deal with the toxicity. I can deal with it. I'm not leaving the community anytime. And to be fair, there are so many things that this community has that are unlike any other community. In good ways, of course. Seriously though, I'm not leaving this community anytime soon, and I don't think the Splatoon community is that bad, but it is starting to get a bit more toxic after every single day. So please, content creators, take this video seriously if you even see it in the first place. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. And please, God, please let the content creators take this seriously.
It's showtime! Did you enjoy the show? Well, time for the highlight.